Okay, and we are back. I hope that this is better, guys. I can't believe this is the first time that this has ever happened, but that's all right because something good is about to happen tonight. That's all I got to say with this. So, again, welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. I'm Shanrae. Y'all please like, share, and come on in. As we go, this is an open forum. So if you have questions, we're here to answer questions. If you want to share any life scenarios, if you feel safe enough to do that, then do that as well. And I will highlight that as well. But we're going to go on and get started. Let me share my screen with you all. Make sure. Well, I am so surprised it just happened, but we're good. We are good. All right. So I am a degree counselor who've acquired my degrees from, and this is my special guest, guys, Tamara Lewis Johnson. Tamara Lewis Johnson. Okay. So we did our disclaimer. I'm a degree counselor from Ashford University, acquired both of my degrees from Ashford University. We're going to move it along. The scripture for the month is 1 Peter 4:8. Above all, love each other deeply because love covers a multitude of things. Let's move this along. All right, we know what the definition of love is. Let's get to these key points really quickly. The key points for tonight, we're going to be covering romantic love as an evolutionary adaptation. Romantic love is what unites us with our partner. Romantic love as a blind force. Romantic love as a socio-cultural construct. We're going to have our takeaway and then our quote. So let's move this along because let's show y'all this. Tamara, would you like to share with them what wedding was this with you and your husband Bruce?
So Bruce and I get married every 5 years. We date.
Say that again.
Bruce and I get married every 5 years. We date.
Oh my gosh.
Blindly date like we started. We romance. We court, we get engaged, and then we get married every 5 years. So 2024 is will be our fourth wedding anniversary. And it's just,
oh my gosh.
We remember why we loved, how we loved. Even when our love languages change, we get it. And we love and we get married. So that's what I'm doing. I'm breaking the cycle of just getting married, living out a marriage for 30 years, and then a lot of marriages actually dissolve.
Yeah. Yes, they do. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yes, they do. They dissolve. Yes, or they just become roommates.
Pretty much.
Or people just become roommates.
I'm gonna stay for the children. No, that's not.
Oh me. Yeah, that's a huge one. That's a big one.
I got married because that's a big one. To deal with my children. Actually, I'm like, listen, they're gonna grow up and start their own households. So I got married because I believe my children will leave me. So I got married and I married my husband multiple times because I want him to realize that it's just you and me. This is what we have. We've raised our children. They're gone. We can't just look at each other all day. Mm-hmm. So I got married to be with somebody that I was going to spend the rest of my life with by myself without my children. But people don't see marriage as a release from children. Right. People see marriage as household, children in the house. They get grown. Leave them.
Yep.
Let them be great.
Yep. You're
but it's not right. It's not common.
No, it's not. So how many years have y'all been married collectively?
Okay, so we've collectively only been married 14 years. It'll be 15 years in 2024. We've been together since, we've been together like 17 years. 17 years. We've been together. Um, of course, I always proclaim my Wendy's 4 for 4. And my Wendy's 4 for 4 is me having a child by one man, then me having a child by another man, then him bringing in a child by a first marriage, and then us bringing in a child together. So you have the nuggets, and you have the cheeseburger, and the
Yes.
our Wendy's 4 for 4 is that a well blended family. So we have a complete well blended family, but in our complete well blended family, it's love, it's growth, it's us loving and accepting everyone's faults, but knowing that we have to grow together. So we've collectively raised our Wendy's 4 for 4 pack.
That's awesome. That is awesome. When I say, guys, y'all are in for a treat. Like I said, I have never seen a marriage so creative, and just until I met Bruce and Tamara, and we've known each other for a long time.
Long time. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
so
we have known for.
Let me just say that when it comes to they call you Shanrae, I call you Miss Cherie. That's just my thing.
Right.
I call you Miss Cherie. When I tell you that I still have gift cards with your signature that I will not turn in because your signature is on it.
What?
In my
gosh!
I can actually get up, go to my safe, and pull it with your signature on it because I value you that much.
Oh my God, she is so
money,
sweet.
with money, wait, with money taped on it for Nunu.
Yes.
When I tell you, I value you that much because I know I am sitting in a room of greatness. You are amazing.
She is
you have
so
been
sweet.
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not sweet. I'm not sweet. You are amazing. And everything that I love, I adore you. I adore you.
And I love her just the same right back. I have watched Tamara. Oh my gosh. When I say whatever she put her mind to do, she do it. Some of y'all may have recognized her because y'all know with different hats. So on my artistry side, she's the counselor in my Closer to Me. No, is it Closer to Me? In my I Tried video. So she's the counselor and she's sitting there.
I don't care what
I'm telling you,
this lady can call me to tie her shoes. She can call me to tie her shoes, and I will be present. I'm just saying.
She's so funny. She is, and also, wait a minute, her and her family, her husband and family were in the I Won't Complain video. Oh my gosh, that video, I Won't Complain. And they were playing homeless people and all kinds. Oh my gosh. So when I say our relationship goes so far back, but guys, I wanted to bring her on personally because she is a living, she and her husband Bruce are a living testament to making sure how you give your marriage, your romantic relationships, give it life. Continue to breathe life into it. Continue that fire. That fire burn. I'm gonna give y'all a definition really quickly about romantic love, and then we're gonna go into it because the picture that we just saw, that's her first. That's wedding number one.
That's wedding
now
one.
She's had three. When they get, like she said, they get married every 5 years.
Yes,
that is awesome. But let me move this on. I gotta show this. Which wedding is this, Tamara?
Two. Because we were still
so
skinny.
That's after they were married 5 years.
Yeah, that's our skinny picture. That's our skinny picture. Amen.
She's still skinny, y'all. She's still skinny. Don't believe her. Don't believe. Oh my! And this here, this is their beautiful family. They just chilling. They out hanging. What she was talking about, the Wendy's 4+4, that's them. That's them. And this her mama. That's her mama, right there.
You see my mama?
Oh my God. I see her. I see your mama. Oh, I love her. I love Miss Pat. And
that's my boyfriend.
I had to put this in here.
That's my boyfriend. That's my boyfriend right now. Because we're about to get married in 2024. We're dating.
I like that. They're in the dating phase. Okay, then they're going to.
Yeah, he's going to propose to me soon.
Oh, he's about to propose. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God. And the fact that she keeps saying "I do," that look at Batman and Robin.
Listen,
look at Batman and Robin.
I'm the partner in crime. we still that's probably my fiance. He's my fiance then. He's my fiance.
Okay, right there. Okay. Yeah.
That's my
because they go through the dating all over again, then they get engaged, and then they get remarried. Oh my gosh. Now look at that.
Now
look at the beautiful couple.
This is my husband. I love every fiber of his being in this picture. I can't believe you found all these pictures. What are you doing?
Yes. you know, I'm gonna find pictures now. Look at that.
Oh
look
my
at that.
goodness!
I love how she be catching them off guard.
Yeah, he literally
y'all dating all over again.
Photo. He hates pictures. He doesn't like them.
Oh, but she be catching them now. She catch them. She get them good. I love it.
It's my boyfriend.
I love it. And okay. Now I know I had the last picture up in here, but that's okay because I'll repost them and put some more up in there. But let me go through this really quick. So, what is romantic love? And I'm gonna say this really quickly. Let me come back out. What is romantic love? So, it is an evolutionary adaptation, a social construct or something or something else. So, and then we're gonna move into this because I wanted to get Tamara's her advice off of this romantic love as well. So number one says, what is love? The word love has been used so many different times, guys. It's affiliated with enjoyment, enthusiasm, attachment, affection, sexual attraction, definitely sexual attraction, care, concern, loyalty, devotion, etc. It's important to distinguish, though. There's a difference between love and romantic love. Okay, also known as romance. So it has more specific meaning, and it refers to an intensive attraction that involves the idealization of another person, and not they're not your idol, but you know what I'm saying. You admire them. You really admire them within an erotic context, and with the expectation of enduring for some time in the future, like Tamara said. She said she married because she knew one day her children were going to get grown and keep going and move on. And she wanted to have a life partner to spend her life with. Okay. So, what is love? And so, Tamara, what is love and romantic love to you? What has it been with you and your husband, Bruce?
Love in its organic state is reserved for people. I love everyone. I don't like everyone, but I love everyone. So love in its organic state as a single statement by itself is reserved for people. I love people. I love them. What I have for my husband is a different type of love. It's more of an agape love because I see him. He's my. I can obtain him. He's for me. Like love,
he's yours.
He's mine. So you have this love that you are supposed to do and you're supposed to give out, and this is, I love you. Thank you for coming. I love you. But then you have this agape love, where that agape love is my God has ordained this. This is my soul tie.
Yeah.
So my soul tie is different. It's still love.
Yep.
But my soul tie is different from the love I have for the others. I want you to be well. I want you to do great things. I want you to have safe travels. But this right here, what God has put together, my God, that's a whole nother realm of greatness in love.
Yeah.
I can't even actually put it in words.
Right.
Because God has done such. When I look at my husband, I see him as my boyfriend, my fiance, my blind date, and then I see him as my husband. I only get my husband. We about to get married the fourth time in 15 years. I probably only got my husband 4 years out of 15.
Okay.
Because I've got my boyfriend, my fiance, my blind date.
Right.
So I've only got my husband 3 or 4 years. I have actively dated this man. He's my life. He's my support. He's my reason. So I've only been married technically out of the 4 times three times I've been married, and 15 years I've been married legally. I've only really been married like 3 years because I've dated him, and I'm going to date him again, and again, and again, and again. So that's
so this is what I'm talking about, right? She has such a unique perspective when it comes to marriage, love, romance, and marriage. To think of it that way, like and because think about it. Whoever has ever had a relationship, a romantic one, the most exciting time is like when you first meet the person. And then, like you say, you're getting to know them. And then when you find out that you're compatible, and then when it's like, oh my God, you're getting to the point to where, oh my God, I'm waking up and I'm like, where are they? You're thinking about them all the time. And you just always want to be around those stages right there. And then when you move into, well, okay, we're all adults, and I know Christians, what we taught Christians, that you wait until the sexual romance part until after marriage. And I don't disagree with the Bible, but I did not live that personally myself.
I didn't either.
So I fell for it hard. Okay, I fell for him hard, and he fell for me hard, and I fell for him hard. Okay.
Amen.
And so we were,
amen.
And we were always connected, connected. And not to be X-rated, but as my dearly departed youngest sister, she used to say, if y'all two can stay out of each other long enough. And I was like, oh my, really? She said, everybody knows what's going on. And I said, okay. She said, because you two are like this, are intertwined, not trying to be X-rated guys or anything, but we're all adults here. Okay. And so when you move into that where
Amen.
you always
Amen.
got
But
to
but
be
that's the
that,
thing. We need to make sure we expose the fact that we're human. Ain't nobody walking on water.
yes.
Who was the last person
No.
that walked on water? Who's the first? It ain't
Jesus.
happened since.
Mhm.
Let's make
I mean,
it
and then Peter, that's it.
reality.
But yeah. Right, exactly. Exactly. And so when she with her saying this, they are keeping that heat, because that's heat right there. That's passion. They're keeping that heat alive.
That's all
Now,
right there.
I don't. I'm going to take a text out of her book because I like that. Maybe Dupree and I, my husband and I, will be married 30 years September. 30 years. We've been together for 32 and a half. 30 years married this September. But it would be nice to get married again. And then to make that a
As you should.
5 year or 2 year, you know,
As
to
you
do it
should.
again. That to bring a newness and stuff like that. And through life, through everything that we have gone through, the fact of the matter is that we still look forward, even through everything, because we have gone through about everything anybody else has gone through. And I tell people I'm an open book. We have gone through everything that everybody else has gone through in marriage and relationships. But the fact that we still want to be with each other, want to be around each other, not throwing each other away, not throwing them to the wolves, not throwing them up under the bus, not setting them up, because there are people seen movies, we've read
Talk
books
about it. Talk about it. Talk
about
about it.
how somebody gets really teed off, and then they set their so-called significant other up. And when you have living people, you have living examples where regardless of anything through life, they're still together. You still see them still pushing, still working together, still making it, and even with everything, and still have a hotness, still have a passion for
Come
each
on.
other. You don't outgrow that. I don't care what age you are. We are in our 50s. Dupree and I are in our 50s. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. So that is to still have that, in your
Yes,
relationship, and
ma'am.
still enjoy being with each other sexually, and then you still your heart still go like this. Okay. We had a series of events that happened this week and a few funerals and stuff like that. And so Dupree came in from work. Came in from one of the funerals yesterday, and he was taking off his shirt, and he had on his white, I call it white beater, but he had his undershirt and
It's a
jeans and
wife
his
beater. It's still a
chain,
wife beater.
right, chain. And I was doing something. I was working on this. I was actually working on the presentation for this. And I turned around. I said, yes. And I looked again. I said, oh my God, you look sexy.
Hallelujah.
I said, I like that.
Hallelujah. Pause.
Right.
Pause on the play.
Yes. And he posed. He said, you mean this? I said, all of that. All of that. That plays a big role in everything. He posed me. I said, yes, I like that. Okay. When you still have that,
amen,
going in your marriage, that's a good thing. And then a lot of times we gotta fight. Sometimes you have to fight to do things. You may not always feel like, oh, I can't, because anybody can get to the point in their marriage, in their relationship, where you feel like you can't stand the person that you with. You have to weigh the pros and the cons. Weigh them out. The pros and the cons. The grass is gonna always
you
look
have to
greener.
remember why you said I do.
Right.
Because
Right.
if
And it
you
ain't
said
just
I
us
do,
women. So remember that. The men too.
men too. Why did I say I do? Why did you say I do?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you like me?
Right.
Because the
Right.
outer appearance gets old after a while.
It does.
This don't say the same. You met me at 20.
It sure does.
At 60, this is gonna fade, sag, put together. Why did you say I do?
It sure is.
What was the purpose? Why
Right.
did you say it? Stand on it.
That's right. That's right.
Stand on
That's
your
right.
vows. You said you would love me through X, Y, and Z. Well, love me through it. Because through it is now.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm going through it
I
now.
remember yep, that's okay, our internet is okay, there we go. Right. Right. I remember being in a nail salon and a woman came in, she probably around my age. She came in, she looked so pretty, and she was coming in to get her nails done. And I said, oh God, the gift that's on our lives, I don't walk around with Counsel today with Shanrae on my chest or anything like that. But I was
Right, right,
sitting
right.
there waiting to get my nails done, and she sat next to me and she just started pouring out. She saw Dupree was there because he was there getting his pedicure done and everything. Men, they can get pedicures, especially when you work hard. They need to take care of their feet. And
Amen.
so
Amen.
we were sitting there, right, right. So we were sitting there minding our business. She started talking to me. She just kept saying, "I don't care." She said, "Do y'all two better not leave. Don't ever leave each other." She said, "My husband of 20 years just up and left me. I don't know why." And she just was broken and was talking. She said, "Just ups and left me." And I looked at her and I said, "I'm so sorry to hear that." She said, "He didn't give me any kind of forewarning or anything." She said, "We were married for 20 years and he just ups and left me." And she was like, she said that when she was reaching out to him, she was like, "Well, is there?" She just wanted to know why. Was it
Like,
something that we could
yeah.
work on? Right, and she said that it just hit her like a ton of bricks because she didn't know that there was anything wrong with their marriage and everything. And
What
I
did
said,
he say?
he wouldn't say anything to her. She said he never gave her a reason, and so we all can come to conclusions why. He probably felt like he met something younger, fresher, whatever like that. And that, but poor guy, because when reality sinks in, you know, it's going to sink in very hard. And she said
And
that they did
they don't want
everything.
nothing.
No, not at all. Not at all. And she was just so broken. And I just silently prayed for her. And because she said the fact of the matter, he just walked away and never said anything. He never said anything. And I was like, wow, that's the worst thing right there. That's the work. And so going to what Tamara was saying, how romantic love is like an evolutionary adaptation. I'm going to show this really quick, and then we're going to move because I want Tamara to talk about her thoughts on that as well. So romantic love as an evolutionary adaptation, and it says to explain this, the first note, we often seek romantic partners who have high levels of certain qualities, such as, and let me open this back up. What we were saying, health, beauty, and wealth. Those three things is what most people are looking for. And assuming
Yep.
that they succeeded in acquiring a partner with those three qualities, they face two problems with that. One is that those qualities, they don't last. Tamara just said that stuff fades. They don't last. Partners grow old. People get sick. People lose their high paying jobs.
Yep.
Secondly, they may be tempted by other individuals with greater positive attributes, such as somebody that's richer, someone that's younger, someone that's
Yes.
smarter, someone who's
Yes.
prettier.
Yes.
So, what would keep an individual from divorcing or cheating on their significant other, according to the evolutionary psychologist David Buss? And this is what the questions that he was asking. And he said that love evolves. It evolves as a solution. And this is what Buss is saying. Problems of commitment. It is only when we love our partner that we refuse to leave them, even if they lose what they value in them, such as money, looks, and abilities, or if someone better, they think better, comes along. So the question that Buss was asking was, again, what will keep a partner there, committed and there? And again, this is romantic love as an evolutionary adaptation. Can you tell us and expound on how y'all have kept your love as an evolutionary adaptation.
I can definitely do that because I found out and I heard and I read that there's a 5-year itch where you're in marriage and after 5 years, if stuff is not doing a certain thing, people act a certain way. So I debunked the 5-year itch to get married every 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we date. We Bruce and I started on a blind date. We blind dated for 60 or 90 days ish. Never saw each other. We just loved on each other through via satellite. And this is when flip phones were there. And so it wasn't like we could we weren't visually looking at each other. It was nothing. And so we blind dated. So we did that. And then we've been together ever since the blind date. So we did blind dating. And then we actually courted. And then we got engaged and got married. And we reciprocated it over and over and over again. So like, because our next wedding date is May of 2024, we are in our engagement stage. So now we're engaged. Now we're engaged again.
I love
it. He was my boyfriend last year. And I had a boyfriend. And I was like, kiki, and I was giddy. And I was like, everything was like, he's my boyfriend. And now he's my fiance, so I have to get married. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do? So now I'm planning a marriage again. So we go through these phases and we repeat the steps. Oh, after we get married in May, by June, we're blind dating again.
I like that.
It is.
That is such a unique flair. I love it. So I need to get an invitation to this next wedding, though.
Let me tell you something.
I got to get an invitation.
You never need an invitation. You are my... Everybody and their mother. Anybody that knows me knows how I feel about you. You don't need an invitation.
I have got to come because I missed the other ones. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a unique flair. So I love how, like she said, that she takes the 4 years. They get married every 5 years, and that 4 years in between, they do the same stages that it took for them to get married the first time. Yeah, do it over and over, and that is so awesome. I mean, even and if you've never done this, it's okay to incorporate something that's unique for you and your partner, you and your spouse.
It your
to do that. Don't
make it
hey,
your
Lorenzo.
thing.
Hi, Lorenzo. Lorenzo, it's so good to see you. Good evening, Lorenzo. And feel free to chime in if you want to. We're talking about love and romance on tonight, and Tamara's our special guest, and she's talking about Bruce and her's unique flair on their marriage, how they marry each other every 5 years, and the steps that they take. So it's good to see you. So good to see you, Lorenzo, and you know why I'm saying this. So again, I like what you said about how you all take your romantic love as an evolutionary adaptation. Number 2, we're moving into romantic love as what unites us with our partner. And she actually hit on that a few minutes ago. And I'm going to open this up just a little. Oh, I'm sorry. Going to open this up just a little bit. I hope I didn't mess that up. There we go. That unites us as a partner. And if she wants to delve in a little bit more about their unity. Okay, so it says switching now to what may be the most romantic view of love. We're going to talk about soulmates, and this is what she's been talking about, her soulmate. And Plato and Aristophanes, they have their views on this. But when we as human beings, when we we come together, two people come together, we really do become one. They said two halves becoming one, but I always say two whole people coming together and forming a better,
That's
a
good.
stronger bond. Because you got to be whole to come together with somebody else, and you got to know who you are. So research also supports this view about how two people come together and become one. Can you tell us a little something more about how romantic love with you and Bruce, have y'all united us, y'all, as soulmates and partners? And let me open this up.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
and our internet is going in and out a little bit, but there she is. Okay.
so when I think about it,
Okay.
it's like I was a mother of two children, separate dads. Bruce was
Right.
a child
She's gonna come back in, guys. Yes.
that was divorced. And so you had
Yes.
me with my two children, Bruce with his child, and then Bruce and I got together and we had a child together. So that's the Wendy's 4 for 4 pack. So when you
Right.
think about the dynamics of soulmate, you have to understand that I never had a stepchild. He never had a stepchild. We have
Right.
children and we're building an empire together.
That's
Blood
right.
couldn't make us any closer. Every single child I gave birth to or he gave birth to, even though he can't physically give birth, but he's capable of producing.
Right.
We have children.
Producing. That's right.
There are
Yes.
no steps on these children. Steps are reserved for buildings.
Mhm.
We have no
Yes.
stepchildren. We have
Yes.
babies.
That's
My
right.
children are my lifeline, are my,
Mhm.
they are the soul of the next generation.
That's
I
right.
want their children to eat. I've never had a stepchild. I've never had a step. I don't even know what steps are.
Right.
I have
Right.
2 real estate companies for steers.
Yes.
So if
Yep.
you're in a relationship and you have children that are diverse and are
Right.
mending, mend those babies, mend them,
Yes.
because there's no steps on them.
Yes.
There's
That's
nothing
right.
that separates
That's right.
that man's child from your child. There is
That's
no
right.
division in children.
Nope.
Children are
That's
put on
right.
this earth to multiply.
That's right.
Biblically, they're there to multiply. Biblically,
Yes.
it's a multiplication. It's
That's
it's
right.
the it's really
Mm-hmm.
it's us. Well, not us. It's them. Cause
Mm-hmm.
I don't devise
Yes.
children, but it's people
Right.
who devise children and separate. Oh, this one needs to go here and that one needs to go. Who sorts kids? You got to be sick in the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. That's right. Right. You're right.
That's my
You're right.
view of it. It's my personal view. Do what you like with it. Have
Right.
at it. But there's no steers
Right.
on children. There's no separation.
That's
That's my
right. That's right. And and I love that because, like she stated earlier, they came in together, blended family, but they are a whole one unit. I mean, they all, to see them all together, it is amazing. I love it. You know, the sons, the daughters, everybody, they just come, and then and they, you know, they love all of the parents. They love the parents.
mhm,
It's just beautiful. So I love that, where the soulmates, because it's not just the husband and the wife.
correct.
Like she said, the children are the soulmate. They're your souls as well. They're
Correct.
everyone's souls. And so this is how I love how she said, because I know he fell even deeper in love with you when he saw how much you loved his baby, and then vice versa when you saw that how much he loved yours, and then y'all can trust your children, the children with each other. Oh my, that's a
Oh,
serious love language right there.
amen. Amen.
You know, the
Amen.
romantic that unites them. That that is a serious love when you can trust your, like you said, your heartbeats with the person who you love and you're married. That's a blessing. My mom, I said it the last week, I think last Monday. My mom made a choice not to marry after my father and her. Well, they wound up divorcing, and then my dad died after that, and he died when we were very young. But my mother made a choice never to marry until we got grown, and she kept that. That was her choice because she had 3 daughters, and she just felt like she didn't want to find out something later on that somebody that she thought loved us hurt us. So my mother made the choice not to marry until we got grown, and then after we got grown, she did remarry. She did. But when you can find, or when God sends you, because we're Christians, when God sends you that person that seriously is y'all soulmates, y'all soul, and that y'all are soul tied together, and that you can trust your heartbeats with them, that
Yeah.
there, that
Yes.
there is, I don't care what happens, that there is worth fighting for alone,
Woo.
right there,
That's a whole nother
which is
feeling.
going to bring
That's
us into
a
romantic
whole
life.
nother feeling.
Right. Whoa, another feeling. Oh my. Which is bringing us into number 3, the romantic love as a blind force. Because again, and I'm going to say it, when you can trust the person that you are with your life, or with your lives, your heartbeats,
Woo.
you can overlook some other stuff now. The other things
Listen,
you
I
can
came
learn to
from a
work around.
father. My father had a 3rd grade education. He was from the sticks
Oh,
in Florida. Of course,
okay.
it's a lot of Indian in me. And it's a lot of Indian in
Yes.
my descendant from my father's side. A lot of Indian. So
Right.
Indians have been known for their quirky ways. But
I
my
know. We have
father,
Indian in our family too. Yes.
they're a whole
Yes.
nother beast.
And my family still, on my grandfather's side, they still live on the reservations. That's how deep we are Indian. Still live in
It's crazy.
reservations and deep in Arkansas.
My
Yep.
father
So I
raised
know what you're
us
talking about.
to be different. My father had a third grade education. My father my father raised me as an individual to put a book. And when I got in trouble, I had a book on my head and in a corner to get knowledge. I wasn't authorized to read the
Okay.
book. I was authorized to stand with the book over my head.
Okay.
But that's
Okay.
coming from that generation. When you deal with someone with that mentality, you develop
Yes.
something different in you.
Quirky ways. We do. We do.
I've always been some sense of a scholar in a sense where I read a lot. But even listening to what our parents, my parents, did not prepare us or me, my siblings, for relationships, for marriage,
Right. Right.
for
Right.
education.
Right.
They were winging it.
Yeah.
So now everybody wants this like cookie cutter situation. How do you develop a cookie
Right.
cutter situation? How when you're dealing with this?
That's fairy tale. Right. No, that's fairy tale. That's fairy tale. That's not going to happen, but we can do better. We can learn to do things better. We don't have to mirror, but we can do things
Correct.
better. Because of course, when our kids get grown, like mine, they're gonna point out stuff that they felt like we should have did better, which mine's have. And I said, well, now when you have yours, you can do better.
Correct.
You can do better, So
and I'm always in the sense of growing and learning. Like people like, oh, you have it all. Number one cliche. Oh, you made $1 million. You don't need help.
No, you have expenses. You have all kinds of right.
And then, do you even understand the cost? I can make $1 million, but I can also pay out 3/4 of that, never see it. No one understands
that's why I said expenses.
They don't understand the full concept.
Right.
So this is my life and where I am. So I'm married. I have this blended family. Everybody thinks everything's great. We have all these businesses. The businesses cost.
Yes, they do.
No one understands it.
Yes, they do.
And then here I am, like
the expenses. Yeah. Because you're the face of the business. So we gotta keep, it like right. And then on top of all of that, you still maintain, you still fight and be purposeful to maintain your your love, your husband, for you and your husband outside of the children, because they a lot of they come first outside of that, but you still fight.
They might not come first. Now I'm not saying they come first. Am I wrong?
They almost grown too, so I know what you mean.
Yeah, they don't come
first.
No,
because biblically,
Nunu only 15. She does not come first.
The Bible says the husband, right?
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
But she good though. Nunu good though. She good.
She got a granny.
She good. She got so many. Right. She got and older siblings too, so she's good. She's good. But no, technically, biblically, the spouses come first. But I know what you mean. We have to maintain. You're right. We have to. We got to maintain. So love being a blind force. They say love is blind, but Cupid is blind too. Okay, we're gonna move on. Is love a blind force? Then romance might be triggered by chance encounters with random individuals. That's not true. Okay, so let me move this down. And your life has shown that. Your life has shown that. No, it ain't blind. Love ain't blind. It ain't. But it is purposeful now. Okay, so it says for attraction is influenced by proximity. Yes, it is. Now let me. I'm sorry, y'all know I got a new fur baby, a new puppy. So he hear his mother talking, and here he come. Lord Jesus. Okay, dude, please come get the baby. Y'all, please excuse me. I got this 16-week-old fur baby, and he is riding. He hears mama talking. He got out the room.
I'm a new grandma. I'm a new fur baby grandma.
The baby's Lord. Gee. Oh Lord, yes. So okay, this said that that love, romantic love, this view is it's through attraction by proximity. Let me give you an example. I'm highly attracted by 50 Cent, like a whole bunch of other people are. But I got enough common sense whether I get close to him or not. My husband is my boo. My husband is my boo. Okay.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
I went to an event yesterday. I was at an event. It was packed out, sold out, crazy event. I turned around. I looked back. There was a young man that was gorgeous. I turned around. I did 2 takes. I said, sir, you are gorgeous. And I said, that may be disrespectful to you, because he was like, man. And I said, I apologize.
Okay.
You are great to look at. You're fine. And I said, I don't want to disrespect you, but Jesus, you just like you caught my eye.
Right.
He said, thank you, ma'am. And I said, okay, touche. Because I'm
Thank
older.
God he didn't call you auntie.
I'm older. He said, thank you. He said, I don't really know what to say, but thank you. And I said, that's enough. It's cool. I'm like, gosh, I'm old.
No, we're not. We're better. No, we're not. Look, we've
But to
lived.
see somebody so gorgeous and to say it, and I'm like, you're gorgeous. He was gorgeous. And then
Right.
come to find out 30 minutes later, he's sitting at my table in a fashion show. I'm thinking, I just looked at you, little boy.
Right. Okay.
With my boo.
Okay. Look. So it says that proximity alone is rarely enough. Proximity-based romance with romantic relationships may not survive. I'm going to say it does not survive. Just because you're somebody, you know how people hook up just because they were there. A lot of times those type of relationships, they don't work. A lot of times they just don't. Okay, so it says, nevertheless, evidence showing that your choice of romantic relationships is influenced by proximity. Now you can beg to differ, because you and your husband Bruce and y'all both blind dated. You said for 90 days. Y'all wasn't around each other.
Never
See
met.
that proves different. That shows the opposite of what this is just saying. People who are right there, a lot of times they hook up. A lot of times it's superficial. You all started out with substance. I love the fact that y'all blind dated one another for 90 days.
We blind dated, but I think that the concept of you have to see each other. Like I was in a point in my life where I was fasting, and I got a lot of feedback on my looks, and
yes,
because I got
we having the weather. Okay, there we go. Okay,
because people liked my outer appearance, I never wanted to meet my future husband, because I don't want you to like me for my looks or my outside. I was a bombshell. I was like a size 6. I had stuff in the right places. I wasn't voluptuous. I had nothing going on.
Y'all.
No, I need to lose a couple.
She's
pounds.
Still a bombshell. Tamara get a lot of attention. Tamara get a lot of attention.
I had my little, my little boom, boom, boom. I had much of nothing, and I didn't want him to see it because I was stuck where everybody wanted to see me, but not know me. So that was my big. So when he wanted to, even when he wanted to see me, because he said certain things he said, I was like, I'm not meeting you. I don't want to see you.
Right.
I want you to love me for what you heard and what we talked about. I don't want to be your trophy wife. I don't need that. And we've been together ever since. We blind dated 90 days.
I love it.
We're getting married next year for the 4th time. 4. Forever.
That
Johnson.
is so awesome. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love again their unique perspective on love, romance, and marriage. Okay, 15 plus years, 15 years married, 17 years together. But I love that. I love the perspective that they took on it. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. And just to bring a fresh wind to your relationship and then still doing it. And within the years of marriage, they're married 3 times, go and engaged again now to be married 2024
Engaged.
for the 4th time.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. I'm gonna be at this wedding. I'm gonna be at this one. So which moves us into number 4, romantic. Right. Yes, I am. Romantic love as a socio-cultural construct. And I'm gonna read this really quick to define it. So could it be that how we define love says more about our society and culture than it does about some absolute and universal concept of true love? Now I'm gonna end here because Tamara just ended on that. Now, culturally, when people romantically are involved with each other or love to say that they love each other, it's because of how our culture, the American culture is. Oh, you're going to see each other. You're going to someplace, you're going to start dating. You're going to do this. You got to do that. You're going to go through whatever. And then you're counseling before you get married and all this stuff, which I'm not saying that that's wrong or anything. But culturally, your culture does shape your culture, shaped the way you get married. I got married very weird too. Now my husband and I, we wound up having our oldest son first, and everything went fast because I was not used to being sexually active with anyone. So when I got with my husband at the time, everything was so fresh and new. I'm telling you, I was just open up like I was just blossom really fast, really quickly. Everything happened very quickly. Then I got pregnant. I got pregnant quickly, but I refused. He had been saying from day one. My husband never called me his girlfriend. He always called me his wife from day one. He always addressed me as his wife. That's my wife. And I just, when you're pregnant, your hormones, and even then I got scared. I said, no, I'm not going to marry him. So I put him off. I made him wait until our baby was almost 10 months. Then finally, we say, my grandfather interceded and said he was going to start praying if I don't marry him. And he said, you better pick a date. So I was trying to go down the calendar for about a year or 2 later. He said, I'm going to start praying. And I said, no, don't pray, because his prayers were powerful. And so I picked the date. And after Grandpa, he said, because I'm tired of you holding this man off. He said, I know it's you because you're scared. And I was. I picked the date. And a month, 30 days later, he and I had a full-fledged, we were married, a full wedding, everything. And but because it was so close, I went on tour. I went on tour with Mariah for about a month after that. The day after we got married, I was on tour. So I was like, oh my, that was, mine was different. But 30 years later, we still here. We still here. So your story is different. It don't have to bend to the whatever with the socioeconomics.
Correct.
Like Tamara said, the 90-day, the blind date for 90 days, man. Okay. You can take over from here.
It was
romantic love as sociocultural.
It was necessary. Because if you don't reflect and take time, you're going to take time regardless. Take it in the forefront.
Oh, yeah.
Don't take it when you commit to somebody. Why take it after commitment? What are you thinking?
Right.
You had think time. You had think time. So then you have 30 years to talk about.
Yeah.
Why get all this together and then be like, I really don't know if that's what I want. What was you doing when we was dating? You weren't thinking about it then? Oh, now we're here. We're there. And now you're saying, well, I don't know what I want to do. I'm so confused. Why?
Wow.
Why are you so confused? What's going on? You're in. You 10 toes in. Let's go.
Yeah.
Grateful. Grateful for my think time. Grateful for my repeat think time.
Yes.
Thankful
Yes.
that he allows
Yes.
me to be in my
Yes.
quirky way of marrying him every 5 years. I know he gets sick of me because anybody that knows Bruce knows that he's very quiet.
He is
You
quiet.
got
He is quiet. To look at him, they call my husband the bodyguard. Bruce is the bodyguard, though. Bruce is that's the original. That's the OG bodyguard,
to
Bruce.
look at him, you be like, is he gonna speak at all? No. He only
No,
speaks to those
no.
he love and know. And
Mm-hmm.
I am the mouth of the South by way of the North. He will not. And so anybody that gets to get into the room and gets to speak, that's a whole gem. Because when he does eventually
Yeah.
speak,
Right.
I am a submissive wife.
Right.
I am a
All
submissive
right
wife.
now. Yeah.
But
And same with me.
that's for
Y'all
another
know.
show. That's for another show.
Right. Right, right. Same with me. I'm the one. I'm the outgoing. I'm the talker. Dupree's very quiet, but when he's comfortable, he does like Tamara. So he'll talk with you and chuckle and keep you
No, he
laughing and stuff.
loves me.
But
He
yes,
loves
I
me.
am the one. Right?
He loves me.
He sure do. He sure do. You
I don't
Tamara. He sure do.
I don't care if we at if we find each other at an IHOP.
Right,
I got the
right.
freeze my man. I don't care. I don't
Yes.
care. He be like,
Yep.
she in here doing whatever. She next XYZ. She Dupree's my guy. And
Yes.
respectfully, even when
Yes.
my kids came to vocal lessons, piano lessons, like whatever, respectfully, he's just stand-up guy. Respectfully.
And the same thing with Bruce. I'm telling you, when we did the last video together, I said, Tamara, we got to see if it's okay with Bruce with a certain scene. If he says no, it's not happening. And I'm like, no, because I don't want Bruce to be upset. And just we want to make sure it's okay. If it's not okay, then we'll switch everything for the video. We'll switch
We
it and we'll do
have a
something else.
solid group of people that were like integrity,
Yes.
unmatched. Unmatched.
Yes, I'm telling you. I love it. I love it. And with that, love as a social construct. People are really trying to say that marriages are dead now. There would be no such thing as marriage. They're also trying to say that the new type form of marriage will be the same sex type, that's going to be the most dominant, whatever, like that. Love is love and relationship. I don't care. Life issues happen with any and everybody. It's is it love or is it because when it comes to love, commitment, dedication, loyalty, those type of things, that's what defines love. Your commitment, how deep is your love? That they want to, are you that dedicated? Are you that committed through thick and thin, through the ups and downs? I'm not saying to stay in something that's abusive. That's something different. Y'all know I always say that if it's abusive, get away. Run, save your life if it's abusive. But I'm talking about something that's workable. And I'm going to share something because I am opening a book and I'm very candid. Some years ago, I did go file for a divorce with my husband. I went to file for a divorce because some things had happened, and I was like, I'm not staying with him with this. And like I said, we have experienced some of everything in our marriage. So there was some things that happened, and I was like, I'm done. I went to an attorney to file for divorce. And when that attorney gave me my consult and they sat me down and we talked about this and the other, that attorney told me, she said, let me tell you something. The judge is going to keep you tied up for years. She said, I have seen everything. She said, what's going on with you two? She said, that's just a little bump in the road. And I was offended. She said, that's a little bump in the road. She said, your marriage is mendable and workable. she said that's a bumper. She said you
That's good.
haven't experienced the things that I see. She said the judge is going to hold you up, and she said the judge is not going to grant it to you because your marriage is mendable. And I was like, did I go to the wrong attorneys or something? I actually contacted somebody else, and they was like, listen, you're gonna have to. The judge is gonna send y'all to
You have to
this.
write
The
that one
judge is
out.
gonna send you here.
You better write it out.
I mean, and the second one said the same thing because I was determined. I was getting out of this. That was me because I was hurt. I was upset. I was like, I'm done. I was fed. I felt I was fed up at the time. And I went to somebody else and they said the same thing. They was like in a whole different law firm. And they was like, listen, the judge is gonna tie you up because they're gonna say to you, there's nothing that's a bump in the road.
Ain't God good?
Even through
ain't God good?
Yes, he is. Yes,
even when you think you grown, ain't God good? You ain't grown.
I'm telling you.
Ain't God good?
And I went two separate. Yes, because I thought that I was done and over with, and I got there to the professionals, and they was like, "That the judge is going to tie you up. They're going to send you through this and the other, and it's their right to do that
because your cause is not worthy. Because you're giving up. You're giving up.
Right?
How can you give up? How can you give up when in all actuality,
right,
he's telling you to give actually in? Because we think that everything that he's doing is wrong. Wrong. I'm not saying he was right.
Right.
I'm not saying he was right. But I'm not saying you were right either.
And that's basically what they said to me too. Yes.
Every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. Right. So because I cut myself off, hypothetically speaking, don't know the situation. I'm just throwing something out there as an example. I've cut myself off. I don't want to be bothered. There is always somebody somewhere that wants to be bothered.
Yeah.
But because I've decided that I don't want to be bothered.
Right.
I've opened the door for somebody else to be bothered. Yeah. And that's just a simple example of it's just a simple example of what happens in a marriage. Right. I don't get the right to tell my husband he is not. I am not assigned to him like he's not assigned to me. I don't get that right. That's my husband. We're assigned to each other. That's my soulmate. Yes. We are soulmates. We are assigned to each other. So the when I decide to take my soul away, and he's used to a soulmate, the soul will search for a mate. Oh yeah. That's just basic, regular. You don't have to be married. It's just basic, regular. But in marriage, it's so much different because we have soul ties.
Yes, we do.
And that's what happens.
And even if you do, and then even when they do, for instance, we both have mutual friend who actually just got back and remarried their former husband. But he happened to wait for her. They were divorced, almost 20 years ago. She remarried, then divorced. That man sat there and waited for her to realize, you know what? You were her first husband. You were my actual soulmate. He was patient enough and waited for her to say, you know what? It's always been you. And they remarried again. So yes, you're right. The soul will always search, but
The soul will
that
search.
soulmate, like you said, you may have a filler. They call them some fillers up in there. The person may be actually very nice,
Correct.
very, very nice.
Correct.
But everybody is not right. It's not made for right. The person may be nice, but that person that's created for you. I mean, and that's what I had to come to terms with. So regardless of ever, because even after those attorneys told me that, I still separated myself. Even while I still separated myself, and I had to, and it took some time. It took some time, a good while. Now, even with me separating myself, I wasn't low down and dirty. He still had a clean home. He still had nobody knew outside our home what was going on. He still had respect when we were in public together, because we're not only married, we do business together. We're musicians. We didn't. I didn't
And you
put that
have
out to anybody else,
children.
just like he did.
Your children
We
respect
have
you
grown
as
folk. That's right.
parents,
Right.
as
Right.
parents, mom and dad, as business owners, as they, and then
That's right.
you were industry too, respectfully. So you
Yes.
had to go
Yes.
through that whole thing, and
Yes.
your kids went through that.
Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And so whatever happened in here, we made sure, because we same mindset. We made sure that it wasn't going to be singing out there. We made sure we wasn't going to bring reproach upon, like you said, our name, our home, and our family, and everything.
Yep.
And it took some time for those kinks to be worked out. It took some time, but I had to. It dawned on me. It dropped in my spirit. Hey, he's here for better or for worse. Like your vow said, he's here for better or for worse. And no matter what, he's still he's not doing any going out doing things to hurt you or anything like that. I need you to look at this, and slowly but surely had to find ways to reconnect,
Yep.
and build
That's
that
it.
back together. And
That's
so
it.
that's that dedication, that commitment, that loyalty, that I had to start looking at, regardless of anything. He's not going out, he's not being dogmatic, he's
Not at
not
all.
doing this, he's here.
Yep.
Right. He's not,
Yep.
you're right. And Tamara knows, because we've been around each other for a very long time.
A
So,
long
and I
time.
had
A
to come to
long
terms with
time.
a lot of things. Right. A
And
very long time.
even when it's
And
not
so,
all peaches and cream,
yeah,
respectfully, you have never officially been like everybody says, oh, if he cheats, if he okay, yeah, okay. Let's talk about disrespect.
yes.
I am the mother of his child or children.
Yes.
Respectfully, he has
Yes.
never brought nothing to my table.
Right.
I don't eat where
Right.
nobody else eats. Let's figure it out
Right.
and be grown and be grown-ups. I have
Yes.
never ever found.
Right.
Will he go to a strip club? Will he do this? Yeah. Will I be blatantly
They're
disrespectful?
men. No. Right.
Absolutely not.
It's gonna pop back in.
That's why.
Right. Absolutely. Right. Exactly. Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And like you said, because when attorneys were talking to me, they was like, I can tell you stories that will you'll be having nightmares, and they was like, ma'am, I'm just telling you very nicely, it's not going to happen, because
And they could have taken
your
your money.
marriage
They could have
is,
taken your money.
oh, they could have, and tied me up for years, tied me up for years, giving me the
For what?
runaround and stuff, the
For
runaround.
what?
But they did not. But they did. They both a different one. They did. And so we're saying all of this. Kim, hey Kim, hi Kim, hey Brian. We're saying this to say that because we're in. I have run over, and I don't care because this is a good one tonight. Romantic love, and we're having my guest on tonight, Tamara, and her and her husband's unique perspective on love and romance and marriage. They've been married 15 years together, 17 years, but they've been within the course of their years of marriage. They have been married, had a wedding 3 separate times, and she's going to have the 4th wedding next year of 2024. Every
Forever
5
Johnson.
years they
Forever
get married.
Johnson.
Yes, yes. Their unique perspective. They go through the stages, like she was saying earlier. So after this wedding, she said she's in the engagement stage again right now.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then they're
engaged.
getting married next year. After they get married, she said the month after that, they start blind dating once again. I'm telling you, what a unique perspective to keep your romance and your marriage alive, and your relationship with passion and love flowing. We got some married people on here tonight. I see Brian Powell, you married. Lorenzo, I know Lorenzo and Greta. That's our mutual friends there. They are the cutest couple. Oh my gosh! When I say those two, when we see them together,
Lorenzo is active.
He's on. Yeah,
To
Lorenzo's
God be
on
the
tonight.
glory.
Yeah.
To God be the glory. To God be the glory.
Yeah, he's on tonight. Yeah.
I know a
And
little
so
about,
just to
him.
know. Yes. So, but just to keep y'all encouraged. I'm gonna tell the 4 different key points again tonight, and then we're gonna wrap this up. I wish that Tamara could come on tomorrow night and we finish up but she's so busy.
Call me.
We talked about tonight what is romantic. Okay, I will send her the link, and we will be back on tomorrow night and finishing up this quarter here. We talked about what is romantic love. We talked about what romantic love as an evolutionary adaptation. We talked about romantic love as what unites us with our partners. Romantic love as a blind force. That's when we really opened up about stuff. And romantic love as a socio-cultural construct. That's what we talk. And so I know Cashmere, I'm sorry, he's biting my slipper. Cashmere, no. Oh Lord. Okay, so and then I want to end this. I'm gonna put this takeaway up, and then we're gonna come back for part 2 on tomorrow night. I'm gonna send Tamara a link if she is not busy, because she is very busy. But I really want her to come back.
I'm working on not being busy,
so we can finish this up. Okay, well, if she pops in, we're in there tomorrow night. So our takeaway for tonight says to show excitement when you see each other, your partner. Show excitement. Be glad to see them. Make time to just talk with them, and to be sure to make spontaneous affection part of your everyday life. Small steps like holding hands, making eye contact are easy to overlook in the face of a busy schedule and responsibilities, but they can keep that's the key. That can be the key to keeping love exciting in your marriage. And like I said, my guest on tonight, she has shown us how to keep excitement in your marriage. The quote for tonight, it says, "Loved you yesterday, love you still, always have and always will." And that's by Elaine Davis. So we have run over, but I'm glad we have, because we hit on some real stuff tonight. And
yes,
I'm going to wind up doing later on in the year, I think I'm going to do a panel with couples. We're going to wind up doing a panel. Actually, someone asked me, would I do it in our location here in Atlanta? And for me to do a live panel, we're going to go live, but I'm going to have my guest panelists on, and we're going to sit down. We're going to open up about especially relationship today, 2023 and 20. Is marriage dead? I say no. Is love and romance dead? No, it's not. Can people still be faithful and loving and devoted and loyal to each other? Yeah, they can. Yeah. Because you're looking at 2 different couples who are living this, who are actually living this. So we're going to come back tomorrow night with part 2. If y'all are on tonight, and if you can tune in tomorrow and invite other people to come in, we're going to do part 2 of this love and romance in 2023 with a unique flair with Bruce and Tamara Johnson, how they marry each other over again every 5 years. They go through the steps as most people do. They do the dating, the courting, the dating, the go up to becoming fiancés one again, and then they marry. So hopefully and prayerfully she'll be able to make it tomorrow night. We're gonna end this quarter, this February, with Sarah Lewis Johnson on part 2, and we're gonna end it. But we'll see y'all tomorrow. We ran over, but I'm glad we did. It was worth it. This has been Shanrae. Welcome to Counsel today with Shanrae. Love and relationship, the love series. Tomorrow night, part 2, love and romance. See y'all. Good night.